Teacher's pet called me an idiot, so I royally screwed him over. I was assigned to work on a project with this kid named Marcus, and the first thing he said to me was, I need you to understand something. I scored 1,540 on my SATs. You scored what, 1,200? So here's what's happening. I'll do all the talking during the presentation because I actually understand the nuances. Okay, so I had to deal with this pretentious douchebag for the next week. Great. He pulled out his phone and started scrolling. Your only job is to write down everything I say for the slides. Every single thing. You are too much of an idiot to think anyway. Now here's the thing. This dumb kid had a habit of pausing his sentences to say nasty things about others. Like he just started dictating about the Cold War, but then paused to say, wait, hold on, is that Jessica? Damn, she looks incredible today, look at those tight jeans. I got a brilliant idea. Opened PowerPoint and started typing, figuring I should do exactly what he says. So I transcribed everything he said, even that line about Jessica. In fact, for the next week, Marcus would corner me in the library and dictate while doing literally everything else as I transcribed it all into perfectly formatted slides. Monday's session, the Marshall Plan represented, damn, did you see Brian's outfit today? Looks like a highlighter threw up on him. Tuesday, I swear Samantha keeps staring at me. She's obviously down bad for me. Wednesday, honestly, if I have to hear Peterson talk about his fake Yale degree one more time, I'll lose it. By Thursday, I had 20 slides filled with all those comments. I asked if he wanted to review what was actually on the slides, his nasty-ass comments, but he just said, why would I need to review my own words? Just make sure they auto-advance every 45 seconds. I've calculated my pacing perfectly. He was already walking away. Oh, and use Times New Roman, 24-point font, maximum visibility. Okay, bro, relax. Your downfall is inevitable. The night before our presentation, Marcus texted me at 11 p.m. You didn't change anything, right? Every word exactly as I said it? I responded, every single word, exactly as instructed. Good, that's why I picked you as my partner. You actually follow directions unlike the other idiots in class. The following morning, he texted again, barking orders as usual. Set everything up before class. I'll arrive exactly when the bell rings. My entrance timing is crucial for commanding attention. Then, make sure Peterson, our teacher, sees this. He needs to understand what actual historical analysis looks like, not his community college level takes. Just so you know, I wrote down that line as well. Can't wait for Peterson to see that. Anyway, I set up the laptop projector and made sure the auto advance was enabled. Marcus walked in as the bell rang, winked at Jessica in the front row, and approached the podium without even looking at me. Marcus clicked the remote with total confidence and began, ladies and gentlemen, today we'll explore the Cold War's complex dynamics. The first slide seemed normal enough, just the title. He continued smoothly. The origins of this conflict trace back to, then the second slide appeared. The class went quiet as people started reading. Jessica's eyes widened as she processed the comment about her jeans, and she jumped up from her seat with her face turning red. Marcus, oblivious to what was actually on the screen, kept talking until he noticed the weird energy in the room. Brian, sitting in his neon green hoodie, read the highlighter comment and stood up too with his fists clenched ready to punch Marcus. By the fourth slide, Samantha had read the part about her being down bad and looked ready to commit murder. The auto advance kept rolling. Mr. Peterson's expression went from confusion to pure rage as he read Marcus's assessment of his Yale degree and teaching abilities. The whole class was standing now, a mob forming around the podium. Marcus finally turned to look at the screen, saw his unfiltered thoughts displayed in 24-point Times New Roman, and his face went ghost white. He spun toward me with pure rage coming from his eyes. What did you do? I leaned back in my chair, admiring my work. Exactly what you told me to do. I followed directions and wrote everything you said. Jessica pushed through the crowd, wound up, and slapped Marcus so hard the sound echoed off the walls. Behind her, a line of girls was already forming, ready to replicate her thunderous slap.